What is up, guys? Your Doomsday here, and today we are back with another video. So, in this match, we were actually doing privates with some friends, and we were actually in voice chat this match, so I'm actually going to be doing a voiceover since I was talking to them for most of this match, and we'll see how this goes. So, first of all, the reason why I picked Churn Jungle, too. First of all, Churn Jungle is actually not bad, especially if you pick into right comps, So I actually last picked Churn Jungle. So if you look at their comp, they had 3 tanky melees. And in this patch, that's very, very common since people go really, really tanky stuff. So usually if there's 3 melees or more, I definitely like to play Churnwalker. It's really, really good. Since it's so easy to land chains on tanky melees, and it does so much spread damage, it's really, really nice. And then in jungle, it's not even bad because your jungle clear is pretty good. And you don't even need much gold since you're utility, pretty much. So another really cool thing that some people don't know. Okay, Lara accidentally took that there. That was kind of troll. But if you're mid laner, if they get the CP buff and one of those back double things, just one of the 2 of them, they don't even need both of them, then they'll actually be level 2 right as they go to lane. So some people like to do that. I'll always do it with my mid laner if I'm utility, since it doesn't. I'm willing to give over my farm to carries, since you'd rather have more gold on carries that do damage than on utility. And also utility heroes, their items cost so much less, so it's not as important to get gold. So we kind of screwed up draft a little bit. We accidentally picked Jewel and Son Fang, but we wanted to play the Son Fang top lane, so we just have to switch over to Jewel to bot lane, which isn't that bad, but it's a little bit different. But we can definitely make this work. So in the laning phase, since our we have a Son Fang top lane, and it's like the same thing as in jungle. It's a utility hero, so if they get 2v1 the entire match, it really doesn't matter that much. And also Grubchaw's coming down right now. I noticed it out and I called it out, so that's what we kind of started off to back off before. And over here we're just trading a bit. So if you land 2 chains onto people, it does so much damage, it's pretty absurd. So I really make a horrible mistake there. First of all, I accidentally take a turret shot, which was a huge mistake, since turrets do so much damage early on. And second of all, I made the mistake of using my B ability when Grace used her B ability. And I pretty much learned from that this match, and I'm never going to do that again for the rest of this match. So throughout the rest of the match, I'm going to make sure to wait until Grace uses her B ability and then use my B ability, to make sure that nothing like that happens again. Since in matchup, this is definitely, you'll learn stuff as you play. That's why playing more is just super important to learning this stuff. Since now, from future references, I'll make sure never to do that again. So as I was saying, even if I don't rotate as much to top, it's alright because top lane doesn't need that much gold, since it's utility and it doesn't matter as much. So again, I can give my farm to Scarf. I'm gonna head up to top lane here though. I mean, you can still gank top lane and stuff. It doesn't mean that you just never go up top, but you just don't have to camp it. Since a lot of people, they like to camp the bot lane. That was a really, really good dodge by Grumchaw. I wasn't expecting that, but we're kind of hanging out here. I definitely do want to get vision control. That's super important in these lanes. So I know that Grumchaw went to the healer, so I'm gonna go and contest that. So over here, I just go straight for it because the longer that I wait, I know Grumchaw can beat me in a one-on-one, so if I just hanged around waiting for him to hit it, he would just attack me and then I would slowly die. So now Arden comes down, and to be honest, Arden coming down is good, since that just means another chain for me, since it's so easy to hit chains on melees. It's I already have 2 of them. It's so easy to land them, and it increases your damage by so much. So over here, I boots for Grumchaw. I'm not sure if he has flask. He did pop flask, so I did back off. And now I have chains on all 3 of them, and holy crap, that damage is just insane. And that's why Churnwalker jungle is so good into melees. And whenever you're playing Churn, the closer you are to your enemy, the easier it is to hit your hooks, obviously, so you do want to try and get as close as you can to your enemies before using it. Since if you miss your hooks with Churnwalker, you're practically like useless. Like you can't do anything for like 4 seconds when it's on cooldown. Since you rely entirely on your chains. That was a good first blood there. Now I can grab my jungle again. This weekend has been awful. I got like, right after I got out of school on Friday, I went to practice, and then I got home and I felt awful. And I had a horrible temperature and a headache and everything. And a sore throat and stuff. But now I don't really have a fever or anything anymore, just like runny nose, cough. Nothing too bad. But I'm definitely going to hang around bot, since it's really important to get your bot lane fed. That's what a lot of people like to do this meta. They just camp bot lane and try and get their bot laner fed. Since a fed bot laner is amazing. So again, this is 2 melees. So another thing that I learned from these matchups is, if you're scared that you're going to miss your A, wait for Grace to use her A ability in. Since you know that she's going to use her A ability to last hit or to deal some damage onto you, when she does A onto you, it's a free chain. Like, it's almost impossible to miss. And over here, Arden comes down, which again just helps me pretty much, since it's just another free chain. And Arden does like no damage to me. So I kind of screwed that up and missed my chain, but Grace moves at the very, very last second. But over here, I've made another really bad mistake. I did not keep an eye on Grumshaw's level, since level 6 is a really, really big power spike for Grumshaw. Because that ultimate is like super duper strong. It's almost guarantees a free kill, but luckily I had Boots and Flask to get out of that. Or else that could have gone very, very poorly. So that's another thing you want to keep track of. Over here though, we all just decide to back off. We had the wave pushed in. Most of us were low or out of energy or something, so we just decided to recall here. And then I had to grab my jungle up again. So I'll just farm this up. And the itemization that I'm going to be going for this match is Stormcrown first. And Stormcrown on utility heroes is like super good because, first of all, the damage that it does to objectives is really, really good. And then second of all, it gives bonus health and cooldown reduction, which is what you want on utility hero. So that's why I'm going for it. But if you don't like Stormcrown or it's just not your playstyle or anything, you could always skip it and just go straight for the Pulse Wave, which I'm going to be building next. Pulse Wave is just a solid item because it allows you to land chains easier, plus the passive slow on it and the bonus health. It's all pretty good. And then from there you just go utility, pretty much, full on utility. Stuff like Atlas, Rooks, Crucible, War Treads. So over here, we see that their blue buff is up. I also just bought my Stormcrown, so I know I can last hit this over anybody that comes. So actually my goal here, I know I could just get the blue buff if I want, but I want to try and get a kill. Since I know nobody can beat me in this stage of the game, like, it's mid-game and I'm super strong, and it's so easy for me to land chains on these people. So I pretty much wait for them to all come, and then I just start landing so many chains. And the damage is absurd. And then once I get 3 chains, and they start running away, that's when I want to ult. So over here, Sunfang got a really, really good stun. We're able to get the kill, and now we just back off here. I was debating over whether I should use Flask or not. I didn't want to, but I decided it was too much of a risk, so I just bought it. So another thing whenever you're playing Churnwalker is, if you get like 3 or 4 hooks like I did in that fight, you don't just want to use your ult right away. What I like to do is just keep the chains on, because the sheer damage is like what makes Churnwalker super duper strong. The sheer damage and all of it, like all the damage that it can do. So if you ult, it actually breaks all your chains. So you don't really want that. What I like to do is either use my ultimate when they're hard to engage, like if they're diving one of your backline carries and you know he's about to die, just ult to get him off of you and get the stun. Or when they're trying to run away and escape, you can ult and stop him from escaping. Those are the moments that I like to use Churnwalker ult. So over there, like, I had chains on, like, I think 4 of them. And then they all started to run away. And I didn't want them to get behind turrets, so I just ulted them right there. And we were able to get a kill or 2. So now, at this moment, I decide it's about time to go and get bot turret, so I grab my red sun jungle, and then I plan to rotate to bot lane. So, we are gonna try and go for this turret, but in a second here, I see that Grumcha's rotating down right now. So I'm just keeping an eye out for him. I know he's coming. He's gonna be here in a second. But again, I'm willing to take this trade. It's 3 melees versus a Churnwalker. Like, I could literally just stand here and they deal no damage to me since I heal all the damage that they do for my chains. Plus, I deal so much damage. So over there, I waited to use my B ability until Grace used Turby to avoid that mistake. And then I'm able to just ult when they're running away and get the Grace. And then, sadly, we're not able to kill the Arden. He's way too tanky. So over here now, I realize we have 4 people down in bot. So our first priority is definitely taking this bot turret. And what I'm looking at is top lane is pushing, this bot lane is going to push, so somebody's have to go and clear that. So what we do is we rotate all to mid and push out that mid wave. That way Samuel has to like get that farm once we push it out. So over here, it doesn't matter who gets this farm because right now we're in a rush to get to ghostwing. We want to push that out and we want to get to ghostwing before they have enough time to clear their waves. Because look at their bot lane and top lane. They have to get both of those waves, plus the mid lane is pushed in. So there's no way that they can get 5 people here to contest us. So we know it's a pretty safe take. And we all rotated together, and that was a super duper close snipe. Holy crap, I remember that. That was a scary moment. I think it hit our Sun Fang or somebody else instead. We got lucky there. I forgot to take into account global ults like Kestrel, Celestial, things like that can steal. So now we go down to bot lane because Grace is pushing out this turret. She has to recall, but we're able to catch her out. And then Joel's coming from above. And again, this Churnwalker was really just helping me by being here. It's just free chains. More damage for me. So over here, Grumcha misses his ultimate, which is unfortunate for them, or else that could have been a bad situation for us. And I probably would have wasted all my abilities to get out if he did eat me. So right now I'm pinging not to fight because our Sun Fang is pushing out top lane. And they have all 5 there, so it's definitely not a smart fight. Now that that top wave is pushing, we're assuming that somebody's going to go and clear that in a second. So yeah, right now, Grumcha is up in top lane. So we have Sun Fang rotate over and we start this up. If they do come, we got a 5v4. So they are looking around. This is pretty bad coordination on our part. First of all, we have a Lyra, so we can hard engage really, really easily. And we kind of need the Lyra to hard engage since I can't really like get onto him that easily, me or the Jewel. So over here, we were able to chain CC them. Our Sun Fang got a really, really nice stun. So now we pick up 2 kills and now we can start a Black Claw again. So like our Lyra should have portaled onto him and we all should have gone in together, but instead we kind of split up weirdly, like half of us stayed on Black Claw, the other half of us left. And that's how you throw moments like these, like, if you aren't coordinated, you have like 2 people go in and die, and then you have Black Claw up. And then they just come and take it, and kill like your other 2 people. And also, we're able to get the kill. A really good thing that I like to do on Churnwalker is chain CC. So first the Sun Fang got the nice stun, and then I was able to land a chain, and right as the Sun Fang stun ran out, I used my own ult. That way Samuel had like no chance of going anywhere. There's nothing she could do. She was just stunned for like 2 seconds, more than that. And stunned for 2 seconds is a lot of time. Like in 2 seconds, you could deal so much damage onto enemies. So we're here. I get another nice ult right as Scarf winds up his ultimate. And we're able to get a kill, and then our Lara just portals in. And it's kind of awkward because Scarf is kind of low, and we can't really hard engage. Yeah, our Jewel was back there too. So over here, we decided that we can get the armor because we killed the Grumshaw. Also, I think we can still win a fight if they do hard engage onto us, but we can't engage onto them because the Vein Crystal will deal way too much damage. So we get the armory, and on the way out, you always want to clear enemy jungle. For sure, always look to get that. So right now, I'm looking at this, we have 1 dead, they have all 5 up, but look at their bot lane, that's pushing. So, first of all, they probably don't even expect us to do this, so they won't even check most likely. And then somebody's gonna have to go to that bot lane to clear it for sure. So, I just make the balls to make this call. It could have been risky, but I thought it would have worked out. And if they did come, we could definitely win this fight anyways. And we're able to get it by the time they realize what's going on. So now we gotta go and clear that top lane. So we get a good ghostwing. Sometimes you just have to have like the balls to like go for an objective. Some people, especially in ranked, people play so scared. And they like refuse to go for objectives. Instead of like ever like trying to take a risk or like just go for it instead of just thinking about it. Since the longer you wait, the less likely it is, the more time that you spend debating on whether you should do or not, the less likely that's gonna end up being good. Like if we hesitated on that, if my team didn't trust me, they would have realized, and we waited like an extra like 10 seconds to start it up, they would have realized what's going on and had a chance to steal it. But over here, Grumshaw makes the mistake of face checking. He wastes his block too, so I'm able to just lane my ultimate and get that kill. I get a chain, but they use Ardent Gauntlet to disengage. And I didn't think we were gonna hard engage, so I didn't use Crucible to go in on anything. Since I knew we already used our treads, and we wouldn't have had too much engage. The only thing we could have to engage, since I already used my ult, is Son Fang. If he gets a good stun, that's a really, really good engage. So, I do get a Crucible, and that can be used to block anything like Ardent Gauntlet, Samuel Ultimate, Kestrel, or not Kestrel. Well, you can block Kestrel B ability. It's actually not a bad block, but Grace B ability, things like that. So here, the red side jungle is spawning. We know we're ahead. There's nothing much that we could really do right now. So, you want to make use of, try and make as much use as you can. Just invade their jungle as much as you can. They did have vision inside of that bush, so we weren't able to get a kill, unfortunately, but we still do get their jungle. So they won't be getting anywhere nearly as much gold. So over here, we actually look towards top lane. Again, we hesitate. We should have just gone in on that. If Lyra would have portal onto him, we could have easily gotten that kill, but instead we decide not to. So, after these kills, we just decide to end, because one of the main carries is down, and we're so far ahead. Okay, this moment here, I get eaten by Grumshaw, but look at my Crucible, I swear I tap it. Like, you can kind of see that I tapped it, but I swear I thought I did it on time, but I guess not. But these are the builds in a second. Most of them are pretty good. We have so many Crucibles and Fountains, like, we could keep our team alive for days upon days. It would be better if we had a carry bot lane, like a Kayn or Kestrel or something like that, but it works fine with Jewel. But thanks for watching. These are the builds. Make sure to like and subscribe, share with anybody you know, and see you guys next time.